We got 4 people watching. Whoever's here already, go ahead and put your name down there in the chat. We're going to get started in a couple of minutes. Got a hype reel to get everybody pumped up in the meantime.
Tonight, I'm gonna have myself a real good time. I feel alive, and the world I'm turning inside out. Yeah. I'm floating around in ecstasy, so don't stop me.
Okay. Hi, I'm Brad Graves. I'm one of the B students here. I joined B about a year and a half ago, and I get to learn from the best. The coaches are amazing. They challenge you, they hold you accountable, and I think that having those types of coaches really kind of build you up and allow you to become a better realtor.
Degrees, that's why they call me Mr. Fahrenheit. I'm traveling at the speed of light. I wanna make a supersonic man out of you. Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you wanna have a good time, just give me a call. Don't stop me now. I'm having a good time. Don't stop me now. Yes, I'm having a good time. I don't wanna stop at all. It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here. You can take a break.
You guys got sick of my metal music, Eric?
I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy.
Love it, love it, love it. Eric, are you there with me? Got my presentation ready?
I got it coming up. Welcome, everybody. Right now, we've got 14. We got people jumping onto the live studio in Riverside. We're also live on Facebook. Hey, Arden, if you're listening, go to my Facebook and share my post into the Go Be Great group on Facebook so everybody there can see it. All right.
Let's go.
We're also live on YouTube. So, hey to everybody that's on YouTube.
We're live everywhere you can be streaming, aren't we? Technology
Pretty much.
is amazing. What's up, Diane? So I can't see all of you like I usually do. I'm just going to get rolling, and I'll let Eric get my presentation up. Hello, everybody. I'm Chad Lubben. I'm one of the founders of B Coaching and Consulting. I'm a mortgage lender. I am a real estate investor. I am a husband, a father. I run 4 branches now at Cross Country Mortgage. I run a $100 million production team, and I develop properties. So I wear a lot of hats. I'm always trying to do a lot of things, and that comes with having extreme time blocking. That comes with getting 1% better. So please don't hear this today and think if you haven't worked on having a great routine and being time blocked and being super regimented, don't expect to like start it tomorrow and go to where I'm at. Please know this is like a 15-year journey of improvement. And why I needed to do these things, I'm going to share a little pain and be vulnerable with you, why I had to do it, because I had to fill things in my calendar that used to be filled with a drug addiction, just constantly chasing, always working. I had no Christ in my life. I had no Kristen in my life, who's my beautiful bride, which means I had no love in my life. I had no coaching in my life. I had no direction. I had no just structure in my business. I was constantly running, constantly trying to achieve, but then I would achieve and tear it all down with my habits. So I literally had to develop a routine. Unfortunately, I hit rock bottom. I had a cocaine addiction, and that sounds horrible, but it was my rock bottom that propelled me to do great things. I'm super proud to say I just celebrated 15 years clean. And that structure, that shortcoming, that issue led me to develop a system and a technique and just really 6 habits that have changed my life. So I'm so honored that you're here today. I'm a forever student. We had to adapt a little bit and overcome today because I'm in Nashville at a short-term rental conference. I'm trying to build a larger portfolio of short-term rentals. I have a few now and trying to grow that. So I'm constantly investing in myself. I'm constantly trying to surround myself with the best people, the brightest people in a particular area that I want to get better at. So at the end, we'll ask you or give you some ways that you can hang out with us. Now, I could call this How to Win the Day. I could call this 6 habits that I've seen of millionaires. I counted on the plane today that I've seen 382 people make $1 million in a year that I know through either real estate or lending. That's a lot of millionaires I've been around, and they all achieve it a little bit different. They all get there different. I've had the honor of achieving that success many times over many years in a row, and really it just comes from these 6 or 7 steps that I've noticed in individuals that I've adopted myself. So none of this is me. None of this is like my ideas. This is all things I've taken from coaches, mentors, colleagues that I've seen that were more successful than I was, that I leaned into, that I asked for help. Some of them I paid, some of them I had friendships with, some of them I helped them out in other areas where I'm strong. And I developed these 7 principles that I know if you do over a 10-year period, you can have the same success. So today's all about how high performance sales systems and your 7-step to have a great life, to have balance, to have financial success, to have time to pour into the people that you care about most. Between my development company, and my mortgage operations, there's about 48, I think it is now, people that depend on me, that depend on my leadership, that depend on my availability. So having all of that going on, you have to be structured, you have to be regimented, you have to have principles that you abide by every day. It's funny, I was on the plane ride here. I woke up at 4 a.m. this morning, hopped in the shower, had my cup of coffee, and then headed to the airport to fly to Nashville. And I never apologize for my success because I know how hard I've worked for it. I sat at the front of the plane and I walked to the back. Yeah, I always do this on the plane, especially on an early flight, and I walked to the back. I was the only person besides the flight attendants on either not asleep or not watching a movie. I was working. I was working on this talk. I was setting some things that I wanted to learn at this short-term rental. I was reading a book that we're reading in our coaching program called Influence right now. So I just think there are very few people that will take these systems, adapt them into the life. You've all heard these things before. The problem is most people don't incorporate them into their daily habits. So I hope you take at least one thing away today that you can adopt in your business that you can implement in your personal life. And I know if you do it consistently, it will improve not just your business, but your personal life. So the first thing is the miracle morning. It's funny, I told you a little bit about my rock bottom and my struggles in 2009 and 2010. I had $330,000 of debt. I had a girl that was living with me that was cheating on me. And not only was she doing that, she was funding the relationship with the guy she was cheating on with my credit cards that she was forging my name on. That was fun to find out. I had $110,000 of debt. I had a failed mortgage brokerage, and I had 28 employees that I let down. I had lost my dad 10 years ago, and it just kind of hit rock bottom. And it was just my rock bottom. Fortunately, God saved me that night. I got into NA, and I told you 15 years clean. The first lesson that I got was my sponsor handed me a book called The Miracle Morning. He said, you need to start filling your white time in your calendar with productive things. So to me, that was starting my day right. And in the book, there's called savers, silence, right? I start my day in quiet, in meditation, in prayer. I think about the things that I'm grateful for the last day. I think about the things that I get to do that day, right? Too many people look at all the fires, all the problems of being a sales professional and being in this business and look at them out of like fear. I look at them as opportunities. I am grateful that I get to have people sell their problems. Remember, the wealthiest people in the world just found a solution to people's problems. And if you can do that and look at your issues, your fires, your conflict, the tough things that you have in the day and look at them as an opportunity to grow and a privilege, remember, pressure is a privilege, then you can change a lot of lives. You can change the trajectory of your life. I've been able to do it. The wealth that it's helped me create will change generations of Lubens. Ed Milet talks about the one in each family. I have a family of some suicide in it, some addictions, just some bad lineage, right? Some things that have happened. I'm the one in my family that have changed that. Have changed the trajectory of the Lubben name for generations. That's not said to brag or impress you. It's to impress upon you that if someone that was that broken can do it, you can do it too. I do it through starting the day in gratitude and in silence and in prayer. I struggle with negative self-talk. So I'm sure some of you can relate. Raise your hand or put me in the chat if you can relate. You deal with some negative self-talk or some doubt, people call it, or guilt is another one. You need to program that out of your mind. You have to say it out loud. I say every day, you're here to serve Christ. You're here to serve your family. You're here to serve your employees today. You are a great leader. You will be a $1 billion developer. You will own a $1 billion mortgage company, and you will own the Chicago Cubs one day. I tell that to myself every day because that's what I want to work towards. Those are affirmations. And now I've put it on my vision board and now I see it. And now I'm 8 deals in to a development company that 2 years ago didn't exist. That is all through affirmations. That's all through a vision board. Then you need to be able to visualize it. I like a visual board, but I also like getting to my office and visualizing my day. The first half hour in my day to start my workday is looking at my calendar, prioritizing the day, filling out the calendar, telling my team what we're going to do in each slot in 15 minutes of the day. And then I set alarms on my phone to that visualization. I call it the playlist of my day. I do it because it's fun for me. I put some songs to that activity in my calendar, whether it's meeting with a client, meeting with a new referral partner, meeting with a big account, having a meeting with my team, and I put a little song to it. That's my playlist of the day. I don't need to think during my workday. I react in a proactive way. And let me explain. Because when I'm putting those alarms to my phone, I put a title in it, but I also think what I need to do to win that moment, to win that meeting, to help that person, to solve that problem, whatever it is. And then I put the audio to it just when I hear Eminem lose it, I know what I gotta say to win over that account because I've already thought about it early in the day. See, I don't have to think. It's like a basketball player in an NBA game. They don't need to think because they've practiced it so much. That's your practice in the day. So after I've visualized my day, I get into exercising. I exercise 45 minutes in the morning, and then I go on a half hour to 45-minute walk at night to end my day. I have to move my body. I do not come in with a good attitude if I don't. My assistant can tell you, my team can tell you, you didn't work out this morning. They know right away in the energy that I bring into a meeting, into the energy I bring in the office. So that is through exercising. Reading, I read 10 pages a day of some health self-improvement book. I'm reading the book Influence right now. There's 6 great lessons in there of how to be a great sales professional, a good leader in your organization, and how to have influence over people. Fantastic book. I'm reading 10 pages a day. That was part of my plane ride here. And then scribing. I don't do this in the morning. I cheat on this. I do it at the end of the day because I want to end my day, and I think about it when I'm on my walk at the end of the day, and then I write it down in my time with my wife, and I journal, and I tell her what I'm grateful for, especially about her and my family, and it's just changed my mindset on everything. So have a progressive wake up if you struggle getting up. Get up 15 minutes earlier for 2 weeks in a row. And then once you achieve that, move it up 15 minutes earlier. You do have to start your day early to get this. I used to wake up at 9 o'clock and be to work by 10. I would work 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day. I started to move that up in 15-minute increments. I am now a morning person. I wasn't before. So spectacular way to get up a little bit earlier and start your miracle morning. So be an outbound sales machine. You got to be able to prospect. We do this 3 ways in B. We have a theme day calling strategy. For lenders, we call real estate agents on Mondays. We give clients and the agents that we're in a transaction with, and attorneys in some states and title companies, everyone involved in the deal, we give them an update on Tuesday. Wednesday, we update the clients, the current clients, the old clients, and the people out looking for a home. Thursday, we call past clients. Friday, we call key business influencers. These are people that can move the needle on your business. I see so few sales professionals working corporate accounts, going to the HR professional, letting them know you can educate them on real estate, on financial advising, on divorces, whatever it is that you do. You should have corporate accounts that you educate and give some free benefit to. We have at the company I work at, Cross Country Mortgage, we have a program called Affinity. We waive all of our lender fees. Those accounts not only get a free benefit from us, they let us come in and educate them. And my line to them is, did you know your employees are 42% more likely to stay at their job if they're a homeowner versus a renter? You want retention at your company? I can help you with that. With this great tool. So it's not just the free benefit, it's the education. That would be an example of a key business influencer. Working probate attorneys, working financial advisors. I just see so few of agents, lenders, financial advisors going after those type of accounts. One of those accounts can change the trajectory of your business and your life forever. So work those big accounts. Make sure you're leveraging technology. I use a system called Phone Burner. I love it. It calls, it emails, and it texts all on the same dial. I don't have to say the same thing over and over and over again if I have a repetitive message. On Wednesday, we call all the pre-approved clients. I leave them all. I have the same thing to say to all of them. It's a market update. It's a direction of interest rates, and it's a new program and a reminder of what we need them to do once they get close to finding their house. I say the same thing over and over. The market update's the same. I shoot a video about it. I shoot a voicemail about it. I make the calls. The people that answer, I talk to live. The people that don't get a call, text, and email from me with the market update. Leverage technology. There's Mojo Dialer. I've also found that not everyone wants a phone call anymore. So some weeks I just shoot a text with all this information in it. My real estate agents don't always want to hear from me every Monday. It gets old and repetitive. So they got a text from me this Monday. I call every other week. They get a text or an email in the other off week. So leverage technology to stay in touch with people. And last, have an accountability partner. get on Zoom with someone else who's trying to do this with you, right? So the first thing I see the millionaires that I've been around, the first habit is they have a great morning routine. The second is they set a minimum standard of outbound calls. Mine is 30. This is how I do it. I make 30 every day. My staff can see that I made 30. I can see that I made 30. They load up the calls for me. They manage the lists. If you don't have a team, this is how you get there. You have a outbound sales metric that you hold yourself accountable to every day, no matter what. So be an outbound prospecting machine. Next, you have to track everything. Let me give you a few analogies before I get into our technology. We have a wonderful new app called Be Productive or Be Tracking. And you can purchase this from us. It has changed many of my students' lead count. It's one of my students went from 3 deals closed before he started on the app. That was his average. He's closing 19 this month. It's all tracking. He changed nothing else. He just started tracking his results every day. I got up to 240 pounds last year. There was one reason why, and I'm 192 right now. There was one reason why. I stopped getting on the scale every Monday. I got in front of the mirror and I was kind of like flexing and making a joke with my wife, like I'm pretty buff right now. And she looked at me and she said, "Honey, I've seen you buff before. Now is not the time. You are not buff right now. I think you need to go step on that scale." So I love my bride. She's super blunt with me and holds me to a standard. She's like, "It ain't it right now." So I got on the scale. I was like, oh my God, she was right. It was because I had stopped tracking. My team captain got up to 220 pounds. He went on 75 hard. He has an app where he puts all of his food and intake for the day for his diet. It's actually cool. I forget what the app's called, but you just take a picture of your plate and it measures everything and says the ingredients and gives you the calorie count. Super easy to use. That he lost 29 pounds in that 75 days. He's like, "I didn't work out that hard. I just worked out twice a day and I tracked everything I ate." So you have to track everything within your business. Okay. Our app does this. So the cool thing about it is, like, I've been involved in coaching companies before and I didn't enjoy some of the stuff that they force fed me. Like, I don't like having lunch with people. I'm not a pretty eater. I get things stuck in my teeth. I spit a little bit when I eat. Food falls out of my mouth. It's not the best representation of me, right? So I didn't like, they called it break breads. I hated it. I thought it was a waste. I don't want to say a waste of time, but it's like, gosh, it takes an hour to sometimes an hour and a half to eat. And by the time you drive there and drive back, it can be up to 2 hours. I just don't enjoy it, right? So it's not a goal that I have. It's not the best use of my time. I can knock out 3 videos that go on social media that 5 to 10,000 people see in that time. I can have a Zoom call with 8 people on. It wasn't the best use of my time, in my opinion. Might work for you. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but that would be an example of something I didn't want to hold myself as, I didn't want to hold myself to that standard of that metric that they set. That's what's beautiful about our app. You can set the things that you want to track. So as you can see on here, there's face-to-face, there's calls, there's conversation, there's networking events, there's hours prospected, there's hours worked, there's videos shot, there's social media posts, there's podcast time, there's reading time. You can track whatever you want to achieve. So there's really the third thing that I see millionaires and super successful people do is they track everything and they have a minimum standard or what's called a metric that they set themselves to. So my metric is 12 leads a week. I get to go home when I have 12 leads. If I don't have 12 leads by Friday, guess what? I'm working Saturday. If I don't have 12 leads by Saturday, I'm working Sunday. I will work till 6 o'clock, both Saturday and Sunday night. And then if I don't hit it, I just don't hit it. If I hit it by Thursday, I will work until I hit my goal, which is 15. There's been times I've hit my 15 lead goal by Thursday. I don't work on Friday. I did my job. So you have to have the reward and the punishment. Too many people just punish themselves and never reward themselves, or always reward themselves and never punish themselves. You got to give both. So have a minimum standard of leads, have a minimum standard of activity, have a minimum standard of goals. And once you keep hitting that metric, then push it up a little bit if you want to grow. Right? My goal, or my metric, excuse me, will become 15 leads once I hit it 2 more weeks in a row. And then I'll push the goal up to 17 leads. So that is how you grow. You hit a minimum standard and then you keep hitting it. You got it figured out, and then you grow it, right? You can't do that if you don't track. What you don't track, you cannot measure. What you don't measure will not get better over time. So measure your results. Our app is the best that I've seen. We've created a lot of forms. We've created technology. Some of them I think need some work. We're still working on those. This is a finished product. For those of you that have a downline or want to recruit or want to create a community, or some competition within your group, this sends out a report to me of all of my students, all my loan officers that work for me, and tells me their activity. I can then create sales awards. I can give them attaboys or attagirls in my sales meetings when they've done well. I can compare them with each other. I can have them mastermind and say, hey, why are you doing so well on the conversations? You have a ton of people pick up. I can let them talk a little bit. I can let them lead the sales meetings. It's not always me. This app has changed everything of how I've run my sales team. I've seen so many students double their leads in just 90 days by focusing on it. What you focus on will expand, positively or negatively. So the choice is yours. If you're just flying by the seat of your pants, some people don't even track their leads. Some people don't even follow up with them afterwards. Like, we got to get you there. But you can't have consistent leads if you don't have consistent activity. This app has changed everything for me. I highly encourage you, if you do nothing today, to sign up for the app. I saw Eric put it in the chat there.
Yep, and it's actually going to be for the next 10 days. It'll be free, so get in there and download it now. In case you can't see it in the chat, I can put it up on the stream. That's the link.
Thank you
for that iPhone,
cool.
And that's for the Apple, Google Store.
Awesome. I'll get off my soapbox on our app, but it is tremendous. I'm super proud of it. Eric and I have worked hard on it. The first version you would not have liked. We have put out about 5 versions of it. I'm very happy where it's at. Next, I see millionaires constantly working on their branding, constantly working on their presence, constantly working on how people perceive them. The book we're reading right now is called Influence. And one of the lessons to have influence over people is social proof, right? Another one of the principles that you have to have influence over people is likability. You can do both through this tactic. And the tactic is to post 3 times a day. Share something personal, share something in business, share something motivational. I would also encourage you to highlight someone else. Give someone an attaboy. Give praise to one of your friends. Give a shout out to one of your colleagues. Don't always make it about you and your family. I've seen the disgusting highlight reel of, like, Billy's the quarterback in Prom King, and Susie's a 4.0 going to Harvard, and our life is perfect. Yeah, if that is the case, you should talk about it once in a while, but you also have to share pain and be real. So a personal post, and I don't enjoy doing this, by the way, guys. I don't like posting. I don't love social media. I am uncomfortable putting myself out there. But I've even put out my addictions past. I've talked about being an NA. I have a podcast that helps people get into recovery and to get into programs with another former addict. I've just put everything out there in my life. I share pain. I be real. I talk about the highlights. I talk about the lowlights. I talk about everything in between. And wouldn't you know, of all, I think there's some great content that I put out, how hard I work at some of the videos, how hard I work on the scripts, how hard I work on on some of the posts and that it's got a good hook and it has engagement, it has value. My best post ever is a picture or a video of my Bernedoodle pushing all the couch cushions to one side and putting a pile on a pillow and then sitting on top of that. 4 deals from that post. I said, who else's dog does this? And share a photo or video. I had like 900,000 views. I had like 4 people comment to me. I had 3 emails that led to deals. I had a DM that said, hey, we're going through a divorce. I get the dog and I want you to help us. All from one post. I would have never dreamt putting my Bernedoodle on my social media would have led to that, but it did. Business posts, you have to have social proof. So one thing this is how bad I am at tracking my own numbers. I just passed 6,000 families helped in mortgages and 2 billion in loan volume. That's a great statistic. We're super proud of that over my 24 years of being a mortgage lender. I haven't put that out there. So I've started to put that out there. So that's just a business post. If you get a good testimony for a client, put that out there. We have testimonial Tuesdays. You can go to my Facebook and see today's. When we rescue a deal, when we save a deal, when we have a client talk positively about us, when we want to highlight another business, we put that out. And then just put motivational posts out there. I like motivational quotes. I love Michael Jordan. I love Wayne Gretzky. Who else has got some good posts? Muhammad Ali's got some great motivational stuff. Just put quotes on there and how it resonates with you. So put 3 posts out per day. If that's too much for you, start with 3 posts per week if you're doing nothing. I promise the social proof will help you, and this will work on your marketing and your brand. You have to be likable to have influence. You have to have social proof to be an expert. This is how I've been able to do that. Hold yourself to a standard of how many meetings you set. The sales professionals that haven't gone backwards, if you're in real estate or the mortgage industry, which I know a lot of people on the call are, this has been for mortgages, it's been 2 of the toughest years that I've seen since it is the 2 toughest years since the financial crisis. Been hard on all of us. Those that I see that haven't gone backwards, like one of my students is closing 33 deals. I asked him, how have you stayed so consistent? He said, I meet with 3 new referral partners every week. I try and meet with 3 people. I schedule 3 meetings per week with new partners. Now they cancel sometimes. They no-show you once in a while. You can't control that. You can control how many you schedule. So think of the key business influencers I've mentioned. The HR professionals, the corporate accounts, the builders, the sales rep. One of my former students, I called him to wish him a happy birthday, closed 108 deals as a loan officer, being the backup lender for 15 different builders. He's their backup lender. He doesn't try and compete with the preferred lender. In fact, he helps the preferred lender. He helps him run the sales meeting. He gives them statistics. When he has a deal where they're going to that builder and they come to him first, he says, you shouldn't do the deal with me. You should do it with the preferred lender. That's a partnership. That's being part of the team. These are the strategic accounts that you can book. Hold yourself to a standard of 3 new meetings per week. You might only get 1 that shows up. You can't control that. You can control how many you schedule. Last, I'll just say this. And I already talked about this, but set a minimum lead standard. Hold yourself accountable to a metric that you can base your business off of. Anytime I consult businesses and they're struggling financially, the first place I start is show me your leads. Show me your follow-up on your leads. Show me your prospecting to get those leads. Show me your marketing and branding that brings in leads. Show me your outbound calls. Show me your call lists. It always starts there in business, guys. And if we don't hold ourselves to a metric is we expect this to happen. A goal is we celebrate when this happens, right? On my team, the metric is 10 million in volume per month. We celebrate at 15 million. I flew to Chicago this weekend, took all of my team because we hit that goal. We celebrated. A metric is an expectation. A goal is to be celebrated. So hold yourself to a standard of a minimum amount of leads and invest at least 20 minutes per day in your growth. That's 10 pages in the morning. That's a podcast on your walk in the evening. If you don't want to walk 45 minutes like me, walk for 10 minutes. Go out and be in nature, reflect on your day, what went well, what could have you could have done better, and have some positive things going into your brain before you go to sleep. That's the daily growth. That's the last trait that I'll talk about. Truly, the one characteristic out of all of these that I see in all 380 of those millionaires that I discussed, 382 was the number. All of those people, the one characteristic, many of them do these well. I've kind of taken these from several different people I know, but they all invest in themselves. They will pay that bill for coaching, for mentorship, from a seminar like I'm at. My business is crazy right now. I'm not going to be handcuffed to my desk to not grow. My team will take care of it. And even when my team couldn't take care of it and I was by myself, I would take care of it after the conference was done. I'm here trying to grow my real estate portfolio. I have a lot to learn in it. I want to surround myself with the best people in it. I paid to be here. I paid to be at the conference. I paid to be in the VIP rooms, to be around the biggest and baddest in the short-term rental game. I invest in myself. All millionaires start with investing in themselves. They don't look at it as a cost. They look at it as an investment in their future income. See, you can determine who you want to be, but if you have self-limiting beliefs and you don't surround yourself with the people currently doing it, those in B are currently doing it. We had a real estate agent have $600,000 in income last month. He's one of our coaches. He's the best real estate agent I've ever heard of. Those are the people you're learning from. He got there from investing in himself, and he invests himself like a freak. I mean, he's a part of like 15 newsletters, 10 different book clubs. I've been in his library. I've seen his organization. I am just so in awe of him, of how much he invests into himself. He doesn't look at it as an expense or a cost. He looks at it as a future return on his income, and you have to do the same. So we have a few ways for you to invest in with us. Get on the Be Productive app. If that's all you do, right, do that today. I'm telling you, what you don't track, you cannot manage. What you don't manage won't get better over time. Come hang out with us, right? We have an event in Minneapolis. One of those people that I mentioned that made $600,000, he will be presenting there. You need to hear the tactics and be around the people that are currently doing it. Not has-beens like most of the other coaching companies, not people that were producing 15 years ago that were going to tell you how great they were then. People doing it right now. People like my partners, people like our coaches. $49. We don't do this to make money, guys. We do this because people poured into us many years ago and have given us a life none of us ever expected. And we feel obligated to give that back. You can go to the $5,000 events and think that you got to pay that to be around the best. You don't. We just want to break even, and we want to see you grow. Last and certainly not least is our mastermind. We had a great one on AI. I heard so much amazing feedback on it. CRM tools will be included in it. We have 2 calls per month. That is a mastermind. It's run by the owners. We've all made $1 million, have many millions in the bank. We don't say that to brag or impress you. We say that to impress upon you that we've done it. We're currently doing it, and we'll do it in the future, and we want to bring you on along the ride. You need to be around people, because once you see it and feel it, you can do it. I never knew you can make $1 million a year as a loan officer. I had no idea until I got into the room where people were doing it. And then I realized they weren't any better than me. They weren't special. They just got around people and they saw that it was possible. So we would love to have you on the mastermind. You'll get a free ticket to one of our next 2 events. There's Unstoppable Minneapolis, August 22nd. There's Charlotte, which will be my and Phil Puma's event in November. You'll get a free ticket by joining our mastermind. Our mastermind calls twice a month. We already have about 20, 25 people right on it, Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you
Yep.
can click these buttons too. So this is a clickable link. If you're here on Riverside, it'll take you to get your ticket for Unstoppable. And then this one here will take you to get signed up for the mastermind. And yeah, there's about 25 mastermind members right now. And I'd expect that that's going to double in the next 3 to 6 months. And the call with Mike last week with him and Lee Stevens, just talking about how to leverage the B tracking app, but how to use it in person and really network and start generating more leads. It was great. And there's replays available of all mastermind calls for all mastermind members as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and there's some cool tools that you'll get with that. We got a great marketing CRM called B Connect. We have some automation. We have some opportunity to delegate within the CRM to market. There is endless opportunities within that platform. That comes free with it. We'll teach you how to use it. Lee Stevens and Mike are our two technology, social media, just God, they're like the realtors of the future. They're already there. They're living on Mars already in their huts on Mars, and they fly back once in a while to give to us. They're just so advanced, and they're two of the best guys that I know. And they just want to give everything back. Lee would be an example. 5 years ago, he was managing a truck stop. He'll clear 750 this year. It's a 5-year journey through being a realtor. If he can do it, you can do it too. He's a pretty special guy because he's an amazing person and very happy and's got the best attitude of anyone I've ever seen. But there's nothing like shockingly intelligent about him or crazy hard work ethic. He's just a great guy that plugged into a system that wanted to give to people. And now he surrounds himself with many realtors in his downline, great production himself, and he coaches for us. He's just one of the best examples of someone that I saw say, I'm sick of living my life this way. I know there's better for me, and I'm going to go surround myself around those people. Lee has invested in himself to have that success. I have invested in myself to have the success that I've had. Our partner that made the 600 grand constantly invests in himself. That was in 1 month, by the way. We are nothing special. We just have bet on ourselves and will continue to do so. And we want you to bet on us and to come along on the ride. So these are the ways you do it. I hope you took some things away today. Thank you so much for your time. I don't know if we have any questions or anything that I need to answer, Eric, but I'll let you wrap up.
Yeah, no, thanks for, I know you got a conference that you're at right now, so thanks for stepping away from that to just deliver this powerful message, Chad. Anybody, let's see if we've got any questions in the chat, if you've got a little bit more time.
Yeah, I got 10
let's
more minutes. I
see.
can answer questions.
Mitzi had a simple question about the app. So no, like once you get the app, if you get it in the next 10 days, you will have the app for free. We've left it free for a short time, but starting in August, it'll be $10 a month. So even if you delay on getting the app, it's not going to cost you a lot and it'll be well worth it. Good question, Mitzi.
Yeah, I mean,
Anybody else?
One of our coaches will have $75,000 more in revenue than he did 120 days ago when he wasn't on the app, right? Now, I doubt all of that is because of the app, but I know much of it is. And he is a testament to it. What you don't track, you cannot measure. What you don't manage won't get better over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, Chad, I'll let you get to your seminar. And anybody with questions about Unstoppable, click this link. It'll take you right here. It'll take you. It's gobegreat.com/be unstoppable. And I think Arden put that in the chat as well. And this is a temporary offer to join the mastermind and have an included ticket for the events. And we'll give you a ticket to the one in Minneapolis next month.
Yep.
That's August 22nd. Or if Charlotte in November is better for you, just make sure you know that you let us know, hey, I joined the mastermind because of the call. I want to come to the Charlotte event November 7th, and we'll make sure to cover your ticket.
Yeah, and I'll just end on this. Like, I truly mean what you said with these, what I said with the VIP days the day before the event. You can come hang out, see our team, see how we run our businesses. I take so much from those site visits when I see it actually in action. I can't hear things, I have to see it, and then I have to talk to the people doing it, and then I have to incorporate it and implement it in my own slow brain. But I can't do that if I don't see it. And being with us at these events, you will see it. We will walk you through it. You will get to touch it and feel it, and you can do it in your business too. So thank you guys so much for letting me take 45 minutes of your day. I hope you found this impactful. Eric, if you just want to put my cell phone in the chat, if you could give them my number, 704-280 4909. If I can help you with one of these 7 things that you want to implement and adopt in your business, I would love to talk to you. I'd love to help you. I'm all here to help people grow. Any of my partners would as well if I'm not a good fit. So just thank you so much for having the trust to come on this webinar. We'll continue to keep you updated when we have more, and just go be great in all that you do today.
Thanks, Chad. Everybody have an awesome rest of your day.